Sunday night. You know, it's a great night. Put out a loincloth. Let your neighbors know if you're upset about something. 9/11, you know. I'll tell you what's got to happen. This sign, you see how wonky this is now. The gap here, it's hanging on with Gorilla Tape. I got to be honest. It's got to go. I think I'm going to rip it down, replace it with something. Apologies. Somebody shoved a bunch of carcinogens down my throat right before. Looks like a Tesla panel gap. Says stove branch. I gotta tell you, I spent 2 hours this afternoon looking at web server logs and I don't know. I'm telling you, I've talked to, my hosting company. We've had a few mishaps with our hosting over the years. The podcast, we've been doing this since 2005. People know at some point we lost everything we ever had and had to rebuild in 2014 or something like that. We lost everything. No backup. I'm just idiots. We were dumb as fuck. So, I'd be insane now not to have redundant systems. But the company we've been with for 8 years now is great. And, I have full managed VPSs and stuff like that. And the team there is amazing. They're telling me, and I've talked to other security people too, that whoever's attacking our web server has considerable resources. I can't imagine somebody with money spending time and energy, on attacking this show. What it's doing, in essence, is fucking up our Cloudflare. It's fucking up sessions for users. People aren't able to stay logged in. Some people are able to just log in. We've got some problems. So I don't know, I guess hack me. Fucking take it down. What do I give a fuck? It's too much. It's too much. In this day, if I can't just talk into a microphone and have it be accepted by society, then what do I even want to be around for? Do you think the guy who was hanging near your house in his car was doing it? No. And then, also thanks to Stove Brunch, we've got quite a security system here at the old homestead. How do I enable two-factor authentication on my account? I have it disabled for you normal users. Two-factor authentication can be a problem with some of the Cloudflare caching stuff. There's ways to get around it, obviously. I don't think it's that important. Look, if you want to, hack into my website, you've got mental issues on levels we can't even begin to describe. So what's on the agenda for this stream? Says Patrick looking I very filmed a thing tonight. No. I'm filming this. I was out and about doing stuff. I clean up when I go out, I'll do my Cloudflare caching. Sounds like a bunch of newfangled buzzwords made up by computer geniuses. You can tell his computer does graphics. What's on the agenda for this stream? I love that directness. Is this slipping down on me? Nothing. I don't plan these things. We go where the wind breaks us and takes us. I have things, Big J Irish Whitworth just released a Laugh After Dark just put out Big Irish J's special. How are we doing? Are we losing? Is it skipping for anybody? My OBS is telling me it's awful, and YouTube says it's great. So let me know if we got problems. I'm here to serve you. We're here to have a good time. If you have something you want to talk about, by all means, lay it out on the table. What's on the agenda for tonight? You seem like you need. Are you one of those people like when you go on a road trip, you have to know everywhere you're going to stop? Because that's nuts. Welcome to the show. I'd also appreciate if you join the Overdose. Head on over to nobodylikesonions.com/overdose. Get our bonus stuff. Get our back feeds. Get our. Oh, but it's echoing now. Shut the fuck up. We've had about enough of it around here. This is crazy with this bit. What if we ever, God forbid, do have a fucking echo? Jesus. And what do you think the new listeners think about it every time they see this? Oh, it's echoing. Oh, he must not have his stuff together. He must have fixed it in post. It's embarrassing. Stop it. Sooner if we're not careful, sooner or later this show will be all inside jokes. And it will be impossible to attract new fans. If I go anywhere, I have to know the parking situation. Yeah, that's nuts. Sam Warden sounds like you'd be happier with a warden in a prison. Do you get it? Bits. Don't do the echo bit anymore. I don't like it. Whatever happened to telling new fans to beat it? No. We've got a mandate from corporate now to grow. We got to be revenue positive by fall. Imagine if this, whoa, is that a loose hair? Whoa. I can't tell which way hair's supposed to go on this mirror image. Look. You ever know, it's very hard to look at yourself and then figure out where your hair, that loose hair was over here. Very embarrassing. We'll edit that out. You want to know where the money goes for this show? CGI to fix loose strands of hair in post. We actually pay Laugh After Dark to do that. Speaking of Laugh After Dark, I only want to talk about them if they're not here. Are they here? J-Check. Just kidding. He's probably got a gig like these comedians do. CGI moose. Imagine using moose. I used moose in high school. I thought that was a cool look. Of course, I lived with my grandmother, so she taught me that was a cool look. Before too long, the CGI will be used for gray hairs. I got a few. Why cover my... I feel like I'm 43 and, I got very few gray hairs. So why would I hide gray hairs? Especially when I go overseas to Australia or the UK. These guys in their early 30s are going full gray. By the time they're 40, they'll be full gray. I've never dyed a hair on my beard head. There's a couple of white wiry ones coming out. You know, I'll cut a white weird hair coming out. But in my hair, really not a problem at all. I'm sure there's plenty of grays in there, but they're so few and far between. It's not really presenting itself as a problem. And if anything, I have an encroaching hairline, not a retreating hairline. Every time I don't wear a hat on the show, people are like, oh, wow, he has hair. It's like, first of all, fuck bald people. Because this is what you've done to like wearing a hat. I wear hats because I like hats. But now we can't wear a hat because people think anything you're wearing is covering up some defect on you. I'm not going bald. If anything, my hair grows far too quickly. It's moving down. I have to start. Like, you see this where it looks like it's kind of thinning? No. That's new hairs coming in. I can't stop. It's crazy how fast and good. You would actually look pretty tough with a bald head and a beard. I wouldn't. I'd look like a cancer patient who couldn't find his way to the chemo room. You know. But you got to embrace what you got. This is what it is. You know, at some point you go, he looks nothing like Mark Zaratella. That's a good bit. See, focus your energy on positive bits like that. That's funny. Of course, Moody wants to know if I use chocolate or vanilla mousse. I find that offensive. What was I going to say? I had a real point. Yeah, anyway, fuck bald people. Stop wearing a hat. You shouldn't be allowed to wear a hat if you're bald. If anything, let's make that the rule. Why are you allowed to even wear a hat? We got a new video from Cool Cat. Head over to his fun house. Somebody sent me this. I can't even believe he's still doing these recuts of this fucking movie he filmed in his driveway when he was married 9 years ago. This is crazy. Director's cut Kung Fu, director's cut Candy Thief, director's cut scene. It's like director's cut scene. Honey, you filmed this in the early 2000s. It's over for Cool Cat. As if you were ever plugged into what kids want. And he's one of these dopes, too. It was like, it's for kids, 4 to 18. It's like, what a dumb demographic. You know what I mean? You're all over the fucking map with that. You think you can make a video that entertains both 4-year-olds and 18-year-olds in 2022. Kids are fisting by the time they're having a quinceañera. What world are you living in? You own 19 shotguns. You're a bit of a loose cannon yourself. So, this world where you think kids want to watch a giant orange cat in a party rental costume run around going, ugh, kids. It's like, what the fuck? Bullies are mean. It's like, Jesus. This isn't Fat Albert. You have to up the game a little bit to get these little shitters' attentions. You can't just open a Van Door and wave candy at a kid anymore. You got to have a GameCube. Stick up with the times. I think we should watch them all. I can't imagine, they're all short. So how bad could this be? Holy room tone.
Oh, it feels great to be awake.
Also, since Derek started doing the voice of Cool Cat, it's like, what the fuck? Are we Does he think we don't notice? You know, the guy who did the voice for the guy doesn't want to be the guy. This project is over. Call 911. What? The fact that you're dragging people over to perform new sketches with this fucking sweaty ass smelling costume in old Victorian beds in spare bedrooms in your home with quilts your nana knitted. What's going on? How bored are you? Moody pipes in. Director's cuts happen when the producers publish a different version than what the director wanted. Derek produced and directed and starred. Right. It's like there's no alternative vision that we're all seeking here. This is a sponge of shit that you have wrung out over and over and over again over twos of thousands of people for over a decade. This is insanity. Director's cuts, these aren't even, you know what I mean? Like, this is like new, again, the unawareness that you have Cool Cat in Cool Cat's bedroom with Cool Cat merch on the wall, wearing a Cool Cat shirt. What universe is this? What universe is this? Do we ever cut to a picture of Kanye West with Kanye West on his t-shirt and Kanye West? Well, that's a bad example. Do you know what I'm saying? This is nuts. This is the band wearing their own t-shirt squared. You know what I mean? Somebody says, Cool Cat. Gun Self-Defense for Ladies is my personal favorite movie by him. I bet it is. It's awful. But let's see the director's cut with Derek doing the voice into a cell phone. The sadness of this.
And I can hear my parents downstairs. I better go see what's happening. But first, I better brush my teeth so I can have some minty fresh breath.
Like he doesn't even commit to it either.
Can I have some privacy, please?
Maybe he's a teen now, you know.
Oh, that feels great. Now I'm going to brush my teeth to wash my face.
Hello.
Hey there. God, I just love that necklace.
Oh.
Time to brush those.
We have to assume this is Derek's real kitchen. You know, radishes on the wall, a popcorn maker. If you're the kind of man who keeps a full on old-timey crank operated movie theater popcorn machine on your countertop, you know, like it's an old trope in kitchens to be like having counter space. And you know, we have so many very specific appliances these days: waffle makers, air fryers, toaster ovens, microwave ovens. You got the George Foreman grill. Everybody has like these different fucking, you got your blender, you got your Ninja Foodie. Everybody's got their garbage, their Instant Pot. Fucking crock pots. You got some people have fucking deep fryers on their counter. Everyone's got this nutty shit all over their counter. No. Derek has the time, space, and capacity. He's like, we're gonna be making. Look, I'm a director now. We're gonna be making a lot of popcorn here because we're gonna be doing a lot of screenings. Derek, you've shot one movie. I do a lot of cuts. I do a lot of director's cuts. So we're going to be watching the footage of Vivica Fox and Eric Estrada over and over and over again. I'll cut them in with different ways. Don't do drugs. It's hard to quit. The cough is unbearable. You will feel amazing. Looks like a Rancho Cucamonga kitchen from the 80s. Yeah, he's got these dark walnut cabinets. Hot dog maker, pizza pizzazz. You guys get it? How much money do you think he's lost over the years on Cool Cat? That's a good question. Do you remember the saddest thing we ever found? The saddest thing we ever found was when he was trying to sell copies of the Cool Cap anti-bullying shit to schools. Remember, he's offering school districts like packages of hundreds. So, he like printed out the things. He was burning the discs. This is the level of operation we're talking about. And then we found this eBay account where he was selling the blank DVD cases, the jewel boxes that DVDs come in, the blanks. So it wasn't going well, if you know what I mean. Murphy bed, the popcorn machine, flip out for hot cuts. Yeah, so look, things not going great in Daddy Derek world. That's fine. Nothing needs to be perfect for anybody. Everybody goes through a bad time. Everybody needs a shoulder to lean on. But this is insane to like just be rehashed. You remember like he showed it was a couple years ago, he showed his editing process, and it was like on a 2008 iMac with like the oldest. It had like OS 9 on it, and it was bad. This guy's cobbling together films. It's like, ugh. I wonder what he's selling on eBay right now. That's a good question. Can somebody check? If it's something interesting, we'll go look at it. You guys have computers in front of you. I have too much to do. It's bad when I go Googling live, okay? People don't like it. Moody leaves. CH doesn't donate any money. It's a big to-do. So we're trying to keep it fresh. Oh, fuck.
Love that necklace.
Oh.
Time to brush those teeth.
Like, how many times in this one scene does he brush his teeth?
Looking good. Hip, 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 the hop, hop, hop. I got a story to tell you about the coolest cat. His name is Cool Cat, and the kids love him so you better watch out.
Yikes. Cool Cat saves a kid, director's cut, candy thief.
I'm glad because that was scary.
You better not do that again.
This is a special news report. Kids beware. There have been several robberies. Bad guys are stealing candy from babies.
This is horrible. I love babies.
First of all, I know this in 2020. If you need to get the word out to children that there's a bad guy in the area doing bad things, the first place you want to go is broadcast radio. You go, hey, kids, be careful out there. This is a special news report. And all the kids turn and go, special news report. We love news. We're kids. And they go, there's bad guys out there doing bad stuff. It's always super vague, like the villain in Top Gun Maverick. And political, how dare he? And then he goes, sorry. First of all, it's the device and the medium, okay? It's radio, and they've got a boombox outside. There's no music playing or anything. The radio just pipes up out of nowhere. There's a special news report. By the way, it sounds like an old wartimey news report. This is WKRN coming in with a special news report. Boys in blues are back at it again. It's like, what the fuck? Like, these kids all have a cell phone. Send out an Amber Alert. Send out a fucking emergency notification. Like, what are we doing? What year is this written? Like, this guy's borderline retarded. What I'm trying to say is this guy has to be retarded, right? Derek Savage is retarded. There's no fucking way anyone's brain can work like this. It can't be real. It can't be. You're getting us. Like, in what world are these kids buying D batteries by the bushel to power their boombox? You know? So what? They can listen to their tape of, now that's what I call hits 8. What is this? We don't question any of it. It's just, look at this again. By the way, what is the activity these kids are even involved in? We're out front with a table. What's on this table? I haven't watched this, but I have to know. Is this just a napkin? Is this just a towel?
Harry!
You better not do that again.
This is a special.
I'm glad because that was scary.
You better not do that again.
This is a special news report. Kids beware. There have been several robberies. Bad guys
Kids beware. There's been several robberies. Bad guys.
stealing candy from babies.
Bad guys stealing candy from babies. Holy shit. Like, who's writing this garbage? You know. Like, imagine being a man in your 50s and going like, we've got a great storyline for the movie. Oh, yeah, what is it? Bad guys. They're stealing candy from babies. It's like, babies don't even have candy. Learn to separate a fucking, idiom from real life. This is insane. This is a special news report. Be careful, kids. There's been several robberies lately. Bad guys stealing candy from babies. Okay, I'm in.
Scary!
You better not do that again.
This is a special news report.
Special.
Kids beware. There have been several robberies. Bad guys stealing candy from babies.
This is horrible. I love babies, and it's not cool to steal candy from a baby. That person is just a big...
This is horrible. That's bad, and I don't like bad things. What a bunch of little hand wringers these people are going to be raising. This is getting nuts.
bully for picking on babies.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Who are these unattended babies that are getting their candy robbed? And where is this happening? In line at Baby Gap? We have unmonitored babies, so many in mass, that thieves have come out of the woodwork to steal candy from them. These mothers not only leave their babies alone, they leave them alone with Jolly Ranchers and mini M&Ms. Maybe a ring pop. And then so many of these babies get their candy stolen that they need to put out a notice. Now, who do they warn about this baby candy stealing situation? I would think immediately you want to go to the parents. No. That's not what this special news report does. They're like, you know who we need to warn? The kids. Quick to the terrestrial radio airwaves where the kids listen. And then they put out the alert. Careful, kids. A group of bad people who you have to assume are armed, or at least, tough rapscallion-like folk. And now you're involving children who this skipped completely. This is older, bad people hurting stealing from babies, not even hurting anybody. It's like, first of all, we've already established the baby shouldn't have candy to begin with. No? So that's one bad move by the parents. The unattended part, we can deal with later when the authorities arrive and the reports are done. But taking the candy away from the baby, do we even know these are bad guys? If I strolled upon an unattended, unmarked baby in the middle of a store and he was just surrounded by hard candy and it looked like it could be a choking hazard and I didn't have my OSHA chart with me, I might, scooch the candy away from the child. And, being the fat, rotund, weak-willed piece of shit that I am, I may abscond with a piece of candy or two. Does that make me a bad guy? Or did I save a baby? Okay. So this whole sketch, the prosecution rests. This whole sketch is fucking horseshit. I just ripped it apart in minutes. But that's what comes with lazy writing. I mean, this is some of the laziest writing you've ever heard. Like, attention kids, bad guys are stealing candy from babies. It's like, what? What? Yeah, I saved a baby from diabetes. You're goddamn right.
This is another kid's alert. The candy thief has struck again.
First of all, this is another alert. The candy thief has struck again. How many seconds after the first one?
That person is just a big bully for picking on babies.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
This is another kid.
And then they all look back to the radio for the report. Guys, we do have a towel here. So we have a towel and a radio out on a table in front of an empty driveway. That's the chosen activity of these children.
Alert. The candy thief has struck again. All the kids are crying. Help, police.
Oh, no!
What the fuck? This is how they're reaching out to the police? Listen to the urgency, by the way. This is so monotone.
This is another kid's alert.
This is another kid's alert. Who did they just do one take of this? And they go like, yeah, it's good enough. And like, I'm not really a voice actor. I just work here at the Subway. This is another kid's alert.
The candy thief is
Themselves.
This is another kid's alert. The candy thief has struck again. All the kids are crying. Help, police.
Oh, no!
All the kids are crying. All the kids. We don't have a location. I would assume it's there in the studio. If this DJ knows about it, it has to be, if you've ever been in a radio studio, it's, you're down 19 hallways into a tiny room with a swinging door and soundproofing everywhere. How is this guy getting word before the police? Usually when your news comes on at night, they report a murder in the town. They heard about it from the police. They'll often play a statement from the police. Not in this, wherever this takes place, which is Las Vegas. That's where he lived. No. What he's doing is, hey, there's been another candy robbery from a baby. We just, breaking news exclusive. Police help. All the babies are crying. Are they using camera audio? Yeah, and I'd be willing to bet from how I hear the background tone go up during the news announcements that they actually played the news announcement over the radio and just recorded that on the day. Let's have a listen. Let's wind back.
No! Just a big bully for picking on babies.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
This is another kid's alert. The candy thief has struck again. All the kids are crying. Help, police.
Oh, no! Stealing is no good, and we need to stop that candy crook. It's our duty for the children.
Help! Help!
Hip, 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 the hop, hop, hop. I got us.
I took a hit at a bad place. I took a hit at a really bad place. What happened at the end of that scene that girl yelled help? Jesus.
That's another kid's alert. The candy thief is struck again. All the kids are crying. Help, police.
Oh, no!
You can hear their feet. So obviously his audio is not from the camera. He records that separately and acts it. But when you hear the news alert playing, you hear like their shoes shuffling on the grit on the sidewalk, which you can only hear because they've turned up the audio. Let me wind it back. You pick it up here.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
This is another kid.
Listen to that. Right after this is another kid, you hear a footstep. You hear their feet on the driveway. Listen.
Alert.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
This is another kid. Alert. The candy thief is struck again. All the kids are crying.
You can hear them breathing almost.
Oh, no! Stealing is no good, and we need to stop that candy crook. It's our duty for the children.
Help! Help!
So, like,
The hop.
first, again, I want to know what happened with that woman at the end, but with the girl at the end. But we need to stop the candy crook. Stealing is bad. It's our duty for the children. It's like, what? First of all, they're stealing candy from babies. Children aren't involved in this in any way. If indeed they are bad folk, keep the children away from him. It seems dangerous. But just an idea. Yeah, they just burned a CD of the news report and play it through the boombox. 100%. 100%. Patrick stealing candy from babies so they don't turn into him. Something like that, though. I like how they had to get a little table for the boombox. I got a little. That's not good when anybody can say that about your sketch. Oh, did you get a little table for the boombox? By the way, Adam Dominguez, he's gone. This is another kid's alert. Yeah, like both of the audio for the news alerts were awful and they didn't do any additional takes. I love that. Like, why would you do another take? Why try to make it look nice for the people? You know? So how are they going to solve this candy thief issue? You don't know. You just hear a girl scream at the end. And that's the end of the director's cut scene. Now we do have more. Here's a kung fu director's cut scene. Now this one's minute 26, so strap in. He always has to pimp his coloring books at the beginning. You know. Yeah, and it's such a good point about director's cut. You know, a director's cut, you know, you got a Criterion, you got a director's cut. It comes out usually only on like DVD with, you know, additional commentary. It's after the movie has proved itself successful in theaters, made a ton of money, also grossed a ton of money. In DVD sales, they'll release another release of the director's cut if they believe it has enough of a cult following. These are movies that were generally trimmed down to help narrative, trimmed down to cut costs, clashes between studios and directors. So, like, you know, there's no cutting down. It's Derek Savage on his Pentium Duo, you know, iMac. So, like, what was the dispute and the two visions between the producers of this film, aka you? That's not true. There were some Indiegogo's. Oh, okay. Hey, will you give the thing a like if you're watching and enjoying? That breakdown of what just happened in that last scene was some of the most genius podcasting you'll ever see. You'll wind that back and show it to your children. What you people think is a 76-second thing, we can really rip down. A man had a popcorn maker. Can you believe that? Okay, here we go.
I think my daddy is out back exercising, so let's go spy on him. Come on and let's have fun! Yay!
Why is spying fun?
Getting close, so we better be quiet. Shh. Wow, this is cool. My daddy is practicing with the sticks. He says it's very good cardio training.
Cool cat has some big old arms. Imagine being Derek Savage's. First of all, this poor tree. What the fuck? He has strapped bamboo. What the fuck? Imagine being his neighbor and just hearing this. Like, is he making popcorn again? Pop, 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 pop. I gotta go back and watch this. Is that what the towel was for? Whoa.
Ooh, now watch this. This is cool. He's got his commas, and they're awesome. Hip, 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 the hop, hop, hop. I got a
What
story to
the
tell you
fuck?
about the coolest cat.
What is this?
Oh, this is cool. My daddy is practicing with the sticks. He says it's very good cardio training.
Whoa.
Ooh, now watch this. This is cool. He's got his commas, and they're awesome.
Yeah, this is a good point by Lev in the chat. If it's such good cardio training, why is he so chubby? That's a good point. Is Cool Cat supposed to be recording his dad doing this? I'm confused as fuck. Yeah, I don't know why Derek's the dad. There's a mom cat. So Derek fucks a cat and has a baby cat, which means Derek has a barbed penis. It's very intricate. Is Cool Cat supposed to be recording his dad doing this? Yes, of course. This took an unexpected turn. Yeah, like, I'm going to spy on my daddy. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, let's go back. There's more, of course. Cool Cat movie behind the scene motorcycle 1. Here we go. Hold on. Can we break down this production? Please. I mean, first of all, I gotta say this is more intricate than I thought it would be. Okay. Everyone knows Cool Cat is adopted. Oh, okay. This seems really violent for kids content. Yeah, well, he's gonna recycle it later in the non-gun safety for ladies. So he has key grips and everything. Yeah, it's kind of surprising. Now, clearly these guys, I got to see the camera they're using here. That's what I want to see. Can we see it? I got to make it full screen. I want to see what kind of camera they're shooting with. What the fuck? So it looks like they've got some sort of DSLR or mirrorless something on a Ronin.
Oh yeah, this is all working.
There it is. That's about as good as anybody's going to get. Let me see. I mean, that, I'm not going to lie, that could be a camcorder. That could be a actual camcorder. It seems like it has a fold out screen. You think it's a red? 8K, can you imagine? That's a JVC camcorder. Same one Cool Cat picked up. They have some of the equipment, none of the proper setup. I think I saw a red 8K camera is the best. The best. Why have a boom if they're just going to use camera audio? Yeah, it's insane. Or maybe it's not, and it's still that bad. It's like, what are you capturing rumble? Do you think when people are riding motorcycles in movies that they're riding motorcycles? Like they're on a trailer and they're being pulled by a car so that you can hear the conversation. They add in a motorcycle noise later at an appropriate level. But Derek Savage has to make every project about him. He shares a camera with Ty. Yeah, that could be true. Are these people even in SAG? That's a good point. Is anybody getting a voucher for this? We'd like to know. All right, here we go. Holy shit.
Is that one of those?
Wow, that was a lot.
Woo. Camera cut. That was fun, guys. How was that? How'd it go, George?
It was like being tasered at the end. I can't describe it any better. Rolling.
Wow. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. Butch dropping candy.
Speed. Scene 12, take 2, camera 8. Scene 12, take 2, camera B.
Thank you.
Hold on. They just did 2 slates. Now, somebody correct me if there's another. Look, I understand if it's a digital slate that's got a running clock, you could basically slate it twice and you could just match up 2 different time codes. It seems to defeat the whole purpose of a slate. Like, And you can do a tail slate. You can do a slate before the look. But a slate should be captured by all cameras at the same time to be synced up later. You don't just aim the slate at every camera and go camera A slate, camera B slate. Now again, if it's got a digital clock on it, I'm guessing it can be used like that.
Scene 12, take.
But are we supposed to be able to believe that this is, I guess, in the editing room? But it's high. That's insane. Like,
Take 2, camera B.
that's not count. That's not readable. And you'd say, oh, they have a higher res that they film, but like, what the fuck? Patrick looking extra Jewish tonight. What does that mean? What does that mean? That's hurtful. Universal trait of out of it. It's always the camera audio, even when there's other mics. Yeah. Ty's whole podcast was like that, remember? Camera A slate, camera B slate. And then the guy goes, thank you. It's like, this isn't a professional set. These guys are like old men playing movie.
B speed. Scene 12, take 2, camera A. Scene 12, take 2, camera B.
Thank you.
Set. And action.
Oh no, it's Cool Cat and he's fast. I better run. It's Cat.
Again, I love that they made the bully of this movie the lispiest, dorkiest dork. Oh no, it's Cool Cat. I better run. As if, what kids is this kid bullying again? Oh no, it's Cool Cat. I better run. It's like, okay.
Set. And action.
Oh no, it's Cool Cat.
Also, kids don't really have who are bullies don't carry on books. So this makes no sense.
Set. And action.
Oh no, it's Cool Cat and he's fast. I better run. Miss Kenny will trip him and he'll land flat on his face.
Okay, first of all, I think we found the guy who's stealing all the candy from the babies. Jesus. Who pulls out, just eons of lollipops a la Willy Wonka out of their hoodie? Like, that's insane. Look at that. In the acting range on this boy, in seconds goes from, oh no, there's Two-Tat. I better run. He's scary. This candy will twip him, and then it'll fall flat on his face. Book as well. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Cool Cat to run around the 2.5 foot diameter circle of candy. I didn't realize Deputy Dog was in town. This candy will trip him in the first face. Here we go.
Set. And action.
Oh no, it's Cool Cat and he's fast. I better run. Miss Kenny will trip him and he'll land flat on his face.
Cut. For you.
Coming back.
Okay.
Oh my Lord. This candy will trip him. That is the most forced laughter I've ever heard. How many kids do you think Patrick is beating up in his neighborhood? That's mean. to say the least. Why would you automatically assume that I've beaten up children in my neighborhood? Look at the sign, it's falling. It's happening while we speak. We can save it if we work together, everybody. Save the sign. Save the sign. Send in your stamps. We're going to have to do something else with it. It's clearly falling. Is English this kid's third language? I wonder what the craft services table look like. These are old men who live in the neighborhood. This is not a SAG-AFTRA production. No one's trying to sell, say whatever you want about Diaz Mackey's special. This couldn't make it onto anyone can sell something on Amazon Prime Direct. So all it has to do is be 1080. This thing jumps formats, aspect ratios. It's all camera audio. It's garbage. Now there are bad comedy specials on Amazon Prime. I'm telling you guys, maybe we'll find better ones on YouTube. Comedian full special. So we skip past, and let's sort by 4 to 20 minutes. Now we're going to get a lot of Comedy Cube stuff in here. And can I sort by least hits? View count. But I want it the other way. No, come on. Fuck. So can you go to the 20,000th page, or we got an infinite scroll here? Fucking hell. It's just all dry bar garbage. Dry bar is fine, but it's it all does run together once it's it's a lot of old retired teachers doing PowerPoints, calling it a comedy special, which is what mine will be. I'd rather watch Feeding the Rabbit. Let the sign fall. Let the bodies hit the floor. Okay. No, we got to find a really bad one here. We're looking for something with under 1,000 views. We're looking for maybe something uploaded in another country. Do you guys know Frenchie, this Australian comic? I guess he blew up on YouTube. I met him in Edinburgh in 2017, 18. And I've worked with him a couple times in Australia. And he's a big deal in Australia. Millions of YouTube followers or views or whatever it is. And every time I see him live, it can be bad.
Days create.
You seen this guy?
Pedophiles. It's a thinker, yep. Hey, bad news. I know you thought I was 28, and technically I'm only 7. Leap years. Oh, fuck. Thought you were at least 12. A lot of girls have this saying. They say, I like my man how I like my coffee, tall, dark, and strong. Yeah. I have the same saying, I like my women how I like my coffee, in the kitchen until I need them. Another girl said this to me. She goes, for me, coffee is just like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still kind of good. Haven't had sex in me, obviously. When it's bad, it's fucking bad. Same sort of thing for me, though. Coffee is just like sex. Usually I pay for it. $3.50. Oh, fuck, I think you're warmed up enough. This crowd is fucking...
This guy's giving off Patrick Janka vibes. Yeah, that's not exactly as bad as it could be. We're looking for a bad comedy special. Bad comedy special. It can't be somebody like I know their name. That's the criteria. And then it can't be produced by like Dry Bar. It can't come with any credulity to it whatsoever. Oh, do you want to watch Big Irish J's? Laugh After Dark appearance.
Give it up for our first comic, Big Irish J.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Oh, happy birthday. Is it your birthday? 21,
Oh,
right?
Brendan Schaub, yeah.
Trying to get laid up here.
It's too pro, though.
I had a show where Bachelorette had a dick tiara. You guys seen that? The tiaras with little dicks, obviously made in China, right? It'd have to be. Can you imagine if it was made in Africa? The girl would be like, I can't lift my fucking head. Get it the fuck off.
You guys want to hear the blacks joke? Here we go.
Before I start, I feel like I should apologize to you guys. I didn't necessarily do anything, but I am a straight white male, and I kind of feel like everything's been our fault for the last few years, so, you know.
Pandering, hack.
Which sucks, because, like, I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. I went to all-black school, all-black church, blah, 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 whatever white people say before they say something about black people. You get it. Like, I don't know what I can or can't say anymore as a straight white dude. Like, I got in trouble recently for using the letter S. Just using the letter S. My buddy Jamal is getting ready to move from Seattle to LA, and if you can tell by the name Jamal, he's not fucking white, right? So, I've lived all over LA, so he's asking me about the areas. He's like, Jay, you've lived around. He goes, what are the people like in Glendale? I was like, well, you got everybody, but mainly Armenians. Nothing wrong with that, right? All right. Thanks, a couple of black people.
See how we're all quiet and respectful? I don't like this.
He's like, all right, well, what are the people like in West Hollywood? I was like, again, you got everyone, but mainly gays. That's fine, right? He's like, oh, well, where do you live? I go, oh, I live in Hawthorne in Inglewood. He's like, oh, what are the people like there? I was like, it's mainly blacks. And he was like, whoa, Jay. I go, what? He goes, dude, you can't say blacks. And I'm like, I fucking pluralized every other group and just fucking threw an S on black. I'm like, what's wrong with blacks? And he's like, I don't know, just as a white guy, you probably shouldn't say that. Then like a dummy, I tried to argue with him. I was like, dude, if across the street there's a group of black guys, I'm like, hey, look, there's some blacks. It does sound bad. It does sound really bad. It does. It does. It does.
It's a good bit.
Fuck. It does. But nobody can tell me why, you know? Like, the only other group that sounds weird when you pluralize it is whites. If you're like, hey, look, there's a bunch of fucking whites, you know? But nobody really says that, right? Unless it's a bunch of blacks, right? All right. We good? All right. I'm gonna get fucking canceled.
The blacks joke, everybody.
No, I started comedy in Boston, and then I moved to LA, and they always talk about when you move to LA, you hope for your big Hollywood break, right? I think I got...
He's got a 16-minute set over on the Laugh After Dark stand-up channel. Go watch it. You want to support them and Big Irish J. Of course, like this fucking channel. If we can get it up to 20, I'll stick around for another almost at a time. Look, if we get it to 17, I'll stay for another hour. If we get it to 22, I'll stay around until morning. But we gotta order Ochatai. Okay. Adam Dominguez has a one of these coming out too. But some of the jokes will be the same as the Comedy Cube thing, probably. One or two, right? Come on. The porn, the sex line, phone line thing. I gotta decide what to do on this special. I have no fucking clue. I really haven't. It's gonna be some new stuff. It's gonna be some old stuff. I know that. And I would like to do some old stuff that's, 8, 10 years old at this point, but I'd like to bury it. And it'd be good to do that in like a permanent way. But I have to write some new stuff too. To go with the newer stuff I've already written that I want to do. And I have to make it like a cohesive thing. So that's going to be fun. Don't release mine on YouTube. Laugh After Dark. Don't you fucking dare. This is so embarrassing for Big Irish J. You put his whole episode on YouTube. It's like, come on. How embarrassing. You gotta tell people, like, check out Big Irish J's YouTube special. Also, the other comic on here, Big Mickey, on his episode, 963 views in one day. Jay's 179. And I'm doing their podcast. The one Angie Crum did, Do Tell. Oh no, this is bad views. Nobody's even gonna see this. Guys, come watch the podcast. They'll probably put up clips and stuff. So follow them for all the latest on me. When are people going to wake up? In news breaking, when is everyone going to wake up to the two-party system of Vegas comedy? Ty Khan, Pat Cuck, is secretly run by Butch Bradley, the king of comedy. He gets free hair gel from Jersey. Shit. Can we talk about Josh Denny's fake garbage? Oh God, pop it up. Copy this URL and paste it up here. Holy shit, watch this. Video unavailable. Wow. They out here copyright striking. Hold on. Gavin mcinnes. So they're out there trying to bury this hard. Holy shit. Nobody has the video of this anymore? They're calling him conservative clout chaser. Hold on, let me find it off YouTube. Gavin. I had a link pulled, and they've already got it down. Proud Boy founder Gavin mcinnes confessed to faking arrests. In text, comedian says, "Do you spill the beans? Looks like you did. We're done." Part of alleged text read. Proud Boys founder Gavin mcinnes allegedly confessed to staging his own on-air arrest. Comedian Owen Benjamin said Wednesday, "Prank, don't tell," Gavin mcinnes said in a screenshot posted to Benjamin's Instagram account. "Did you spill the beans? Looks like you did. We're done," mcinnes texted in another apparent reply to Benjamin. The alleged confession came days after mcinnes, who is known to be a prankster, Is he? Was reportedly interrupted by law enforcement during a live stream, despite the NYPD and New York City FBI confirming to The Independent that they made no such arrest of the extremist. What a bunch of weirdos everybody is. He's not an extremist. He's not a prankster. During McInnes' live Airstream last week, he appeared to look off camera and say, "We're shooting a show. Can we do this another time?" McInnes stands up with the face out of the camera's view, seeming to listen to someone off camera. Though one cannot hear the voice on the other side of the camera clip, McInnes interjects saying, "I'll get a lawyer and we'll sit down and have a conversation. We'll schedule a meeting." Then he says, "I didn't let you in," before fully stepping out of view. So this is out there somewhere. The clip of this. Do they have it? Oh, here we go.
We're shooting a show. Can we do this another time? Yeah. All right, I'm happy to do that. I'll get a lawyer and we will sit down and have a conversation. We'll schedule a meeting and we'll sit down with my lawyer. I didn't let you in.
My God, Titanic 2.0. Oh,
what the fuck is wrong with everybody? So there was, I guess it's been scrubbed. So, Josh Denny comes out and he's like going along with this whole thing. Owen Benj, I just got to bring up Josh Denny's Twitter. God knows he tweets 3,800 times a day. This is going to take forever to go back. Remember how he's like, you can still get your tickets if this doesn't get you hyped, and then they show all this decade-old footage of Cumia. By the way, Cumia, if you're still involved with these guys at all, shame. What the fuck? Look, I know where Cumia is at. He is on the border of irrelevance. These guys have given him life support for a little bit. He's touring again. People are showing up. They do want to see the old Cumster. These guys are cringe. They will bring you down. Surround yourself with better people. It's so insane that you can't find better talent and people to surround yourself with. Like holy fuck. It's so bad. You were surrounded by talent like Dave, what's his name, who ran off to Crowder. You used to have people like Bill Burr and Jim Norton. You used to have people, big comic names from Colin Quinn. All these guys used to come on your show. They've all distanced. How do you think it's, like in what world? And now you just look around and it's just Denny. These other, I don't know who these other guys are. Neurotic, nutty fucks. Kevin Brennan I like, but he's a fucking lunatic. Nut. Just a nut. Don't let him out of the cage. He'll bite your hand. He's a nut. Fun to watch. Fun to feed bread through the grates. Who else you got over there? I don't know any of those guys. Aaron Berg and those guys, they were just in town. All the local comics are gagging on their own dicks about it. I don't know who that is. These guys were created overnight by Cumia. They were open micers at best who have flopped out now and are like appearing on. It's like, who? So It's fine. It's fun to watch. But sorry. I got sidetracked. We got to go see the tour. I'm sure it's great. Don't they have a show in Vegas tomorrow night? I think they have a show in Vegas tomorrow night. Go see it. Let me know how it is. Are there still tickets? Maybe I'll go. Rhythm? The right has way better comedy fans than the left, so he's really partisan now. He's retweeting Cat Williams. Carson fucking Wentz, he's a sports guy. The venue for the show tomorrow in Las Vegas is Diversion Amusements. All right. Gavin, McInnes, Josh, Denny, and myself will be in Las Vegas next weekend. I hope you're joining us for a fun stand-up show. And some motherfucking black. You should see Josh Gamble. I taught him how to play craps and he lost his mind. Everyone on earth in 2022. Yas, Queen. God, how about no Queen? Not bad. I like that. It's fun. I have 10 things to do today before I head to Vegas tomorrow for an awesome weekend of comedy. Right now I'm laying in bed watching Ty Rivera and ordering breakfast. Holy shit. So this is what he spends his time on. Patrick, you watch more Ty Rivera than anybody. Shut up. Get out of here with that. All right, let's go back to when oh God, he's got spare me the many women don't know they're pregnant for 6 weeks. Whores. Only whores don't know. Okay. He's all over the place. Let's go back to oh God, how did he get roped into this right-wing nuttery? Like, when did he become like this partisan comic? This is crazy. You know, like, imagine thinking Trump is great. Imagine thinking Biden is great. Wingstop chicken sandwiches. He's all over it. What is this? Where is oh God. Sorry, guys. I'm hunting through this in real time. And I'm very high. It's not a bit. Gavin was against going to January 6th. He was against Charlottesville and told Proud Boys they were out of the club if they went. But he's rotting away in jail because he dared to question authority. Just got off the phone with our people. I hope you're right. I always prefer my friends be trending because they're geniuses and not actually in trouble. Not sure what this is. Okay. So then he confirms and says it's not a bit. Seeing you have a show on canceled and clicking your bio was the least surprised I've ever been. So then this press release came out. Yesterday, during the August 25th Censored TV live stream, Mr. McInnes show, there was an incident to which law officers showed up to arrest Mr. McInnes under federal warrant. We apologize for the inconveniences it caused subscribers. Like what? We're working to remedy the situation. Thanks for all the warm messages. However, much speculation has spread across the internet and social media about yesterday's incident. Some have called into question the details surrounding the arrest. It's come to our attention that one individual, Josh Denny, used his platform on Twitter to spread false information about Mr. McInnes. Our legal team here at Censored TV would like to make it known that Mr. Denny is no longer affiliated with Censored TV. It's like, what is this prank? It's the dumbest prank. It's the stupidest prank. Josh Denny says that Mr. McInnes was for January 6th, and then he got arrested and raided, and now he's fired by Censored TV, and he's on Twitter going, it's not a bit. I just got off the phone with our people. Then he says this press release is fake. Then Owen Benjamin texts Gavin McInnes worried and says, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Did you really get raided by the FBI? This is right after the Trump thing. So there, of course, not an original idea. Josh Denny wrote it. So, of course, it's coattailing to the heavens. So, now they're just grifting and grifting and grifting. He comes out. Josh Denny came out against Owen Benjamin saying he's trying to steal our we're trying to make money. Any comedian that tanks another guy's bit before it's finished is just a jealous, bitter cunt. So now he's mad. And people are saying a bit has a punchline. A scam does it. They recognize this was a scam to sell tickets. This was a scam to sell their dumb tickets for their shitty little comedy events that Josh Denny headlines. A guy who's headlined zeros of clubs around the country. I'd rather have comedian friends that are loyal and committed to comedy than pretend they're the second coming of Jesus Christ. Then he said, good comedians take risks. We talk about it all the time. The rich ones that tour arenas and play Star Wars can't and won't. So now he's shitting on Bill Burr. I'd like to direct any further questions about the alleged bit to Owen Benjamin, who has taken it upon himself to be Gavin's publicist. He's not on Twitter, but you can just email your letter address to The Woods. And then Jen Kirkman and him getting a battle on here. There was some tweet where he basically said said this is August 31st. We're a week out from Vegas, but there's still some general admission tickets left. Cognitive dissonance tour. Did it. Oh, Josh Denny is living the life, being a real comic, everybody. He had something on there. He's like, these comics are just trying to stop us from making money. And it's like, oh. So you admit this is all a grift. It's like, there was the guy who said, right, it wasn't a prank. There's no punchline. This was a scam. You were going to use it like Gavin just got out of jail. You were vanishing him for a couple weeks. So you could be like, he's making his big comeback in Vegas and then the tour. That's what you were doing. Shut the fuck up. We're on to yes. Nothing sadder than a TV affixed to the corner of a room. Yeah. God, and that's like my old studio. Fuck, I gotta go back and look at that bedroom. That's the old podcast studio where most of those Josh shows took place. Where he's leaning back watching Ty Rivera. Where was it? God, he's got 4 guitars. He's showing photos of his 4 guitars here. Remember how bad he played guitar? He's got this new podcast, Big Uglies. Did we go past it already? Fuck. Where's the Ty Rivera pic? I got nothing to do but jerk off while I watch Ty Rivera. I'm manic. Well, we couldn't get to 17 likes, so we're going to be beating it. I told you I'd stay for an hour. We didn't get to it. So, you know, you guys don't want my love. You don't deserve my hate. Wow, yeah, this is my old podcast studio. So, yeah, the fridge was here. Here was the TV over on this wall. There's a bathroom right behind this wall and a big walk-in closet over here. But the rest of the room's a studio. Josh's head is laying literally like where my body would have been in this dark, sad apartment that I lived in over 10 years ago now. So it's getting really spooky. Irma wants us to critique her 5-minute set. Do you really want us to? Irma Ruiz. 8 months ago, 5 minutes. Is this it? Broadway Comedy Club. They let you up there? Well, just kidding, just kidding. It's one of the grift mills. Here we go.
Irma Ruiz, get up, Irma. Let her hear it.
I've got a severe hum in the left channel, and it's only on the right channel. Like, this club's been around forever, since I lived in New York. That's not that long ago. But this club's been around for a long time. How do you not know how to videotape your sets? I asked Adam Dominguez the other night who films those sets at LA Comedy Club, because it's like they just rebuilt their club and it's beautiful and gorgeous. And every clip that comes out of it looks and sounds like shit. You guys have eyes and ears, right? You've heard good audio. You've seen good video. I know this will get back to Matt and Joaquin and they'll be like, wow, what a fucking asshole. It's like, fuck you. This isn't, I'm not being mean. Compared to good audio and video, your shit looks like shit. Be more purple. Sound like shit. Wow, you're an asshole, dude. It's like, okay. You're all just, everything's just great in your dumb worlds. This is blurry and interlaced and garbage and unacceptable in 2022 if you want comics to come to your club.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
Again, we got the ring and the hiss. It's only on one channel. It's super low. What do I do with this?
Every comedian asks that. Hey, my name is Irma Ruiz. So nice to meet you. It's actually Irma Linda Cardenas Ruiz. Yeah, my parents gave me the most Mexican name in the world. Then those fuckers didn't even teach me Spanish. Like, I don't know why they would do something like that, man. Craziness, yeah. It was my birthday recently. My husband got me a really awesome birthday present. He got me a maid.
Oh, Irma said not that one. Boo. Okay, then what? Which one? Good, because I don't want to watch that one. 1 day ago. Well, this is 20 minutes long. Where's this 5-minute vid? Brea Improv. I bet those Brooks aren't even real. Is it your stream or the video, which is 15 frames per second? I'm broadcasting at 7,000 kbps, baby. We're coming at you quick. Yeah, you could see all the interlacing and stuff on there. It was pretty rough. We're gonna be honest. It was pretty rough. What are we supposed to look? Just tell me which video it is. Because you can't post a link in there, I guess. We have all these rules now about what women can't and can't do. June 2022. I feel like this is pretty recent.
Everybody give it up for Irma Ruiz.
Oh, good. It's filmed with a phone. Less dancing. More calm.
What is up?
JK. Look at the ass on this bird.
Yes, my name is Irma Ruiz.
Irma?
Irma Linda Cárdenas Ruiz. My parents gave me the most Mexican name in the world. Then those fuckers didn't even teach me Spanish. Fucking assholes, right?
This is June 2022, though. What do you mean it's not this one? Come on. This is June 2022. And by the way, that other one was... what year? 2021. Is it this one with Ty Rivera? Just tell me the title of it. You can't send links. I'm not waiting for your link. Just type the title and we'd be done. 30-minute set 2 weeks ago. This is August 2022.
Yes, this is the Chingones all the way from San Antonio. Put your hands together for Irma Ruiz.
You guys have heard it. It's right on the... Woo! Selena! She taught me all my Spanish.
Kick arm out.
Hey guys, my name is Irma Ruiz. Nice to see y'all fuckers. It's actually, I'm not gonna, it's Irma Linda Cárdenas Ruiz. I know. My parents gave me the most Mexican name in the world. Then those fuckers didn't even teach me Spanish. That was an asshole move, dude. And then they raised me in this little town called Del Rio, Texas. I'm sure you guys have heard it. It's right on the border of Mexico and Texas. Actually, my parents, we lived on the border, on the banks of the Rio Grande. Okay, guys, my sisters and I, we used to swim to Mexico and swim back. We were literally American wetbacks, dude. Seriously, and it was crazy because I'm not kidding. Like, I was 12 years old. My sister was like 8, and we would swim to Mexico, and we would see my mom on the porch, like. Let's see what happens. And I'm not gonna fucking lie, dude. I was 12 years old. We would get to the middle of the river, and those currents were horrible. I told my sister, this time I'm gonna touch the bottom. And I could never fucking touch it, dude. I could never get to the fucking bottom. And my mom over there just like, I swear, I need to check the kind of insurance she had on this dude. And we would go to Mexico and we would hang out with the little kids over there and their little families.
My only advice is to take out all the fluff that's not like we were the only American wetbacks was a great punchline, but the setup to that was like a long, like, no one cares about your backstory. You care about your wet backstory. You know what I mean? Let's get to it. I used to tell my sister I could never touch the bottom, and I couldn't. It was too strong. It's like, these aren't jokes. These are just memories. Save them for your family. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like there's a lot of stories here with no jokes, and they may be interesting, fun stories that do have some laughs along the way. I'm not saying that. This is your life. But, you know, listen to it again. Where's the, let's.
Lie, dude. I was 12 years old. We would get to the middle of the river and on the banks of the Rio Grande. Okay? Guys, my sisters and I, we used to swim.
We grew up in Del Rio, Texas. It's a little border town. You probably heard of it. It's right on the border. It's right there in the border town. We used to swim and be right on the banks of the Rio Grande. And it's just like way too much of a setup. I come from a border town in Texas. We're right on the river. My sister and I used to swim back and forth across the river, literally to Mexico and back. We were the first American wetbacks. Boom, boom. Get it out. Even that was too long, I'd cut it down. But that's just the first edit. You know. You're already ahead of Johnny Brim.
Into Mexico and swim back. We were literally American wetbacks, dude.
You hear that pop? That's a good punchline. That's a big laugh. So now let's count to your next joke. We're at 29:12.
Seriously, and it was crazy because I'm not kidding. Like I was 12.
It was crazy. That was a fucked up thing to do. Like these are not even tags. So like, take them out. She didn't even teach us Spanish. In the set before that, you were like, yeah, that's fucked up, or that's crazy. It's like these are like you're just eating up time. Like let's get to the next thing that feeds a punchline. And by the way, I'm not perfect at any of this shit. I'm way better at seeing it, obviously, than doing it. But you, 29:12. Let's see.
Old. My sister was like 8, and we would swim to Mexico, and we would see my mom on the porch like.
None of this.
Let's see what happens.
Like why? Why see what happens? Either has to be more of an act out. We got to be able to feel your mom more, or why are we hearing about your mom? No, first of all, you already told us you swim back and forth. Now you're telling us you'd do it again, and that your mom would watch, and then she would say, "Let's see what happens."
And I'm not gonna fucking lie, dude. I was 12 years old. We would get to the middle of the river.
So now you're gonna tell the story about not being able to touch the bottom, but you kind of left us hanging with that last piece. What was that about? Your mom would watch and go, "Let's see." No follow-up, no button on that, so I don't even know what that's about.
And those currents were horrible. I tell my sister, this time I'm gonna touch the bottom. And I could never fucking touch it, dude. I could never get to the fucking bottom. And my mom over there just like, I swear, I need to check the kind of insurance she had on.
I looked at the wrong thing on the punchline before.
And then they raised me in this little town, go and swim back. We were literally American wetbacks, dude.
127, okay. Oh, I won't wait for it now.
Having like family picnics. Let's see what happens. And I'm not gonna fucking lie, dude. I was 12 years old. We would get to the middle of the river, and those currents were horrible. I tell my sister, this time I'm gonna touch the bottom. And I could never fucking touch it, dude. I could never get to the fucking bottom. And my mom over there just like, I swear, I need to check the kind of insurance she had on this dude. And we would go to Mexico and we would hang out with the little kids over there.
If the insurance line is the punchline, first of all, it takes a minute to get there. Like a full minute, which is crazy. But if that's the punchline, it's got to be better about why she wants to collect insurance on you. You started getting suspicious of her. You got to develop that more for that to hit. There's a reason it doesn't hit like that one before. So you can string people along for a minute, but it has to be so worth it when you get there, and that's not. You keep rewinding. Yeah, I was checking times. Want to hear? Do you want advice or no?
And their little families, they'd be having like family picnics, and we'd be eating their tamales and shit, you know. And I don't know what the fuck they were telling us, but I'm pretty sure it was go back to where you came from. It's pretty bad, man. Del Rio was an awesome place. It was actually in the news kind of recently this last year. Del Rio is a town of maybe about 30,000 people. You know, it's a small little town. But we had an influx of about 40,000 immigrants just cross the border within like 2 or 3 days. And they're Mexicans, they cross the border. No, you don't understand. They were black guys. 40,000 fucking Haitians crossing the border. This little town of Del Rio, Texas, all these fucking short little Mexicans in their fucking cowboy hats going back to the fucking ranch for their guns and shit, you know? And all the wives and all the girlfriends are like, no, honey, babe, no violence, babe. Babe, we know what to do, no violence, babe. We know what to do. We've seen it on Pornhub. I'm just saying, those BBC gangbangs, woo! Válgame, dude.
I don't know if this is a joke about being racist or rape. Like, what the fuck? The first one is, the punchline is, they're black. So everyone in our town went back to get their guns. I mean, they're getting guns because they're black. And I get that you're releasing the tension by having the women want to fuck them. But again, it's a gangbang. It's just like, what? Okay.
And I'm just saying, all of a sudden, like, all these black guys all around, you know, and all of a sudden, the men are real quiet. The men are real quiet all of a sudden. You see all these little Mexican Americans in Del Rio, Texas, pregnant and shit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And nobody's saying anything. And then I figured it out. We're in Texas. And in 16 years, Del Rio, Texas will have the best fucking high school football team in the state! Those fuckers don't give a fuck. As long as the football team is winning, yeah, they're like, fuck it, yes. Just do it, mamitas. You do whatever you like. You could get whatever you like.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a saver you think it was. I mean, we'll ask Moody, our resident woke sensitivity trainer. Moody says, would be fun if you had patriotic Mexicans defending the border on the U.S. side. What? No, this feels like it's... There's a joke here about the black dudes rolling in, fucking all your women, and you having the best football team in 16 years. Like, that's what we're extracting out of this. That's the zest, right? That's the joke. There's a lot of just racist comments that aren't jokes. And just because you're getting a laugh doesn't mean it's good. You going like, no, they were coming over the border, guys, but they were black. And then everybody being like, ah. And they're like, so we went to get our guns. And you're like, ah. It's like, take those out. That's not good. And me having to tell you that is fucking insane. Yeah, I know it's reality. I'm not saying you don't say what happened. I'm saying that you don't ask for a laugh with those lines. You know what I mean by that. It's just not gonna like hold up well everywhere. I'm letting you know. It'll work great in Texas. It won't work great everywhere. And Bakersfield is off the goddamn map. I would. Your joke is the football team and the women cheating on their husbands with the black dudes. Okay, now that's a stereotype, but it's funny and not nearly as harsh as just wanting to kill Negroes as a punchline. If you get what I'm saying. So what I would say is, you talk about Del Rio too much. It's like, all right, this is a 1-2 sentence setup max. Del Rio was actually in the news recently. We're actually, we're a pretty small town, 30,000 people. So when an influx of people cross the border into the town, it's very noticeable. And a few months back, we had an influx of people who were very noticeable because they were all Haitian, not typical Central Americans, South Mexicans, whatever you want to say there. And again, cut this down. This is too verbose as well. What did Moody say? Ooh, please ban Moody. George Babong says.
Oh, darling.
The Mexicans excited about to not be the Mexicans for once. Yeah, something like that. Problem is, I was an ELA teacher. I tell stories. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just letting you know, like, that's not where you want to ask for a laugh on that show. I'm telling you. Yeah, the joke about the football team is good. I'm not telling you I'm telling you to boil it down to that. Get rid of the fuck black people part at the beginning of that joke. I'm just telling you. Like, it's very harsh. And I'm a guy who does a joke about not being ready to see black and white people holding hands at the mall. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, this is great. Football, soccer, whatever. Dude, it's gonna be great. I love Del Rio, Texas, man. The town of my childhood. I eventually had.
We know it's the town of your childhood. Hey, Maya Angelou, pick a new muse.
I got divorced, real small town. And
keep going. Why not fuck black guys? You're not listening. I said that part works. That joke works. That's the joke. This is the only joke. The joke is we had an influx of Haitians. And I started noticing about a month later started noticing about 6 months later that a lot of the women in town were pregnant. And I figured it out, guys. In 16 years, we're going to have the best football team in town. That's the joke. That's fine. So that's what I'm saying. Figure that part out. Don't make a big deal about the race of the guys until the end. Let the football team be the race joke. Let them do it. Don't do it for them.
There was nobody to date. Like, the only people that were available to date that were anyway good looking at all were my cousins, And I'm not into that Pornhub category.
You already made a Pornhub category joke. But you're going to get rid of all that, I hope.
I'm moving to the big city of San Antonio, Texas, the 7th largest city in the nation.
Also, that whole we know what to do, the girls are we know what to do, we know, you're giving it away too early. I'm telling you, the punch is the football team line. I like the line. It's a creative way to say that joke. It's a stereotypical joke. but it's a good way to deliver it. But you give it away before when you talk about that. Well, you know what to do. It's like you're giving it away. Do it once. Do it right. Get rid of all the went to get their guns because black people came into town. Like, just listen to that. When all these black guys came to town, all the men went to get their guns. Just listen to that. I don't care if it really happened. It sounds racist AF. Like, drop it. It gets a laugh. Okay? Like, I think it made me cringe, so I know it'll cause tension in audiences. Not cringe, but I went, leave that one out.
Like, oh wow, big deal. 7th? Yes. And it was awesome, dude. And I started dating. A lot of guys. Mostly the wrong kind of guys. And when I say the wrong kind of guys, I mean little dick guys. The problem. Oh, yeah. The problem.
Moody's giving you lines.
The problem with dating little dick guys is that little dick guys are the only kind of guys that say shit like deep throated. Ay, Papa, no.
I know you've seen somebody do the long microphone throat act out thing, but it's like you're talking about a guy with a little dick. So what is this act out doing? Moody's pretty sharp comedy guy, so listen to him. I'm not into that category, but it's getting hard to resist since I keep getting stuck under the sink. You keep skimming good punchlines and concepts. You're talking about a tiny dick guy, so do a tiny dick act out. Don't do this big swallow the mic dick act. I mean, this is all like, you're better than this. Don't do this stuff. Do a tiny dick act out. You're talking about a tiny dick. Act out what he is imagining. Yeah, but you're not saying that. You said they're the only guys who go deep throat it, and then you swallow a mic. So you're not setting us up from his frame.
Kind of guys that say shit like deep throated. Ay, Papa, no. And don't say my throat's big, honey. It doesn't even reach the little diggly thing in the back.
The audience isn't dumb. They get it. Okay.
You heard that Cardi B song, right?
You do that act out with that mic on stage.
Doesn't reach it. As far as it's going is this.
I'm telling you, you say they're the only ones who say honey deep throated, and you say as far as it's going is this, and tap that on your teeth, it'll get a more explosive laugh than you do in that whole hacky swallow the thing. Like, stop.
But then I met Eddie. And in this bar in San Antonio, we have this.
Or say something. I'm not even sure I can deep teeth it. You know?
Bar called Fast Eddie's.
I've had lipstick bigger than something.
Well, this Eddie was slow as shit, man. Fucking hot. Puerto Rican, had tattoos everywhere. Boom. Big muscles, right? And his legs, you know. Oh, fucking awesome. Fucking hot guy, but slow as shit. Like, pobrecito, he was so dumb. Like, this guy was so dumb that I could hear him using the wrong there, or there as he spoke to me. I'm like, no, baby, you're missing an apostrophe. Can you say it one more time? There, you got it. There. Oh, thank God you're so cute because you are so dumb. So anyways, Tuesdays was usually Mom and Slow Eddie day, right? Like, I didn't want him around my kids. They knew who he was, but they fucking hated him. Well, one day, my cock blocker, AKA my son, he missed a bus. So we had to go pick him up. Eddie was driving. How he got his driver's license, I did not even know that fucker could read. Dude. He's driving, I'm in the passenger seat, we go pick up my son, you know, and my son's like, fuck, really, Mom? I'm like, no, don't say the F word. Anyways, so they're in the car and they're having a fucking argument because Slow Eddie is trying to convince my son that it's not MC Hammer, it's Mick Hammer, right? And my son, I can see him through the rearview mirror, and he goes, dude, Eddie, you're slow. Dude, you're slow. And Eddie, he gets so pissed. Like, you can see, like, the veins popping out of the side of his neck, which kind of excited me, you know? You know? And he was like, oh. And he gets pissed, and he starts pulling over. I'm like, what are you doing? Leave him alone, because I'm telling you, like, this guy, he looked like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, but also he was dumb as a rock, too, right?
It's just a lot. This, for a storytelling show, this would crush. But this crowd is a hot crowd. Because you're getting big pops on stuff. But then you go, like, it just 4 or 5 times just circle back into a laugh about how dumb, he's so dumb. No, but really, he's dumb. It's like, there's nothing I'm going to tell you that you don't know. Like, it just needs to be trimmed up. And again, I'm not the expert on that. You do what you want to do. But you call Del Rio your hometown, like, every time you say it. It's like, we know. We know. So I think, like, being really aware of, like, what you've already said and not repeating it. And I can tell that you just get, like, fired up and, like, into the story. But passion can be your enemy when you're trying to remember, you know, your lines. All right. We've been doing 2.5 hours almost-ish. You guys have given me none of the likes I've requested. You've been very, very rude. And I've got a sign to burn. But good luck with your comedy, everybody. Really, really great. Really good. Great luck with your comedy. I've got my own to worry about. And believe me, when it comes out, we'll be roasting me here live. She says, keep going. You're almost done. It's like, no, this is 8 minutes into 29. And I've already taken the wrong path of the 2 roads that diverged in the yellow wood. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes.
A question posed to stupid hoes who don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss. Are you high on cigarettes? I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. All the laughter that you dig, boy, if you listen to the show, boy, Patrick Melton faces have you stacking NLO point. It's the low point, not the reason. The reason is fucking gold. It'll make the taco pony party be a party of soul. To make you vandalize a van with a pedal sticker so bold the family probably get arrested before they get down the road. Or stupid motherfuckers just got NL loaned. Other radio shows are straight bitch mail prone. Talk shit on the youngins that nobody like past. Have my homeboy lame prank call him fast. Have him thinking that he hates him like right before he berates him. And the way that he baits him, I put him right on blast. Like Patrick is an asshole and his show won't last. And every time I called in, he treated me like trash. He would abuse and berate me for the sake of some laughs. And the worst part was when he fucked your mother straight in the ass.
Well, I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. A question posed to stupid hoes that don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss. Are you high on